Hi, I'm Nina and welcome to another chair yoga video. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's class I'm calling the Antidote to Everyday Living. So what is it that we do every day? Well, we tend to hunch forward, we tend to sit down a lot. So this class will have some different movements in it, although we will start on the chair. In addition to the chair, it'd be nice if you had a hand towel or a yoga strap available. We'll use that as well. Grab your chair, grab your towel. We'll get started. We will begin in our chair, and I'm just going to put this towel off to the side because I don't need it just yet. And then I always have something to connect my feet to the floor. So in this case, I'm using a yoga block. You may not need one if your feet touch the floor without any problems, but you might use a book if you don't have a block. And then I sit up tall. So at this point, I'm sitting back in my chair, but my back is not resting against the back of the chair. I've got my rib cage lifted out of my hips. My feet are connected to the earth with the block. And if I push down into the feet, perhaps my spine can get a little bit taller. So find that length in your spine. Keep your neck in line with everything else. And we're just going to do a little looking around to begin with. So very slowly begin to turn your head to your right and just look at everything in the room. Eyes are open, head is very neutral, and you're looking to one side, and then we'll let those eyes come back to center. And then the head starts turning in the other direction and the eyes are taking in everything. So a lot of information about where you are in relationship to the room is coming into your brain. Maybe look for something specific like, I don't know, the color purple, or if purple isn't a color in your room, maybe the color red, or just something. Noticing everything that's around you. Eyes are open and all of that information's coming in. And then the next time that you get back to the center, just keep your head neutral, and the invitation is to soften or close your eyes. And now, think about where you are in relationship to everything that's around you, everything that you just saw. And then check in with your body. Notice how it feels today. Notice if there's anything that we need to be especially careful of, especially aware of today. And please remember that nothing in yoga should cause us pain. So if something hurts, we won't do it. And then bring your attention to your mind. And for today, we're going to try something different. If you were to assign an animal to that mind, what animal would it be? Think about it, right? Is it jumping around? Is it that monkey mind that we always hear about? Or maybe it's that hamster on the wheel, or could be a kitten sitting on a windowsill, enjoying the sun. Any animal at all, a bird, a fish, anything at all. Just see where you are today. And then bring your attention to your breath. Slow it down, even it out. If you like, we'll set an intention for this class, stacking the palms one over the other at heart center, and just bring whatever it is that's important to you to the front of your mind, to the front of your heart. And then we'll release those hands back down to the lap. Maybe take a circle with those shoulders, make a little bit of movement. And we're going to come to what I like to call breathing hands. Let's think about the breath moving these hands. So as we inhale, those wrists are going to lift. Just lift the hands up just a little bit, just till they're comfortable. And as we exhale, the fingers will flip the other way and come back down. But think about the breath doing this work. Not the arms, not the hands. And if there were like a real gentle waterfall in front of you, and you're just allowing the breath to lift and lower those hands as that water gently tumbles over it. And it's probably a nice warm water, something that feels good. So tying a little bit of motion to breath here. We'll do 3 more. And then after that final exhale, just allow the hands to rest in your lap. Pause and check in with how you feel. And we're going to move forward towards the edge of our chair. So I'm going to come forward and I'll put my feet now directly onto the floor. And I can do that because now I'm significantly farther away from the back of the chair. But I push down, I sit up tall. And we'll start with a few shoulder rolls, but very mindful shoulder rolls. So notice how big these have to be for you to pay attention, right? And if you are always rolling your shoulders back like this, they might want to be a little bigger just so you can tune in. Or if you don't often roll your shoulders this way, it might be a real small circle and it's like, wow, I really am feeling sensation. So just check in there. And then pause and we'll take them the other way. Same kind of question. How big do they have to be for you to really notice what's going on? And then pause. I always like to finish with 1 or 2 back so that we can remember to keep those shoulders down and back and away from the ears. There we go. Let's work with the head now. So let's take your right ear to the right shoulder. I'm just going to turn a bit so you can see me better. Right ear down to right shoulder. Let that ear reach down for the shoulder, but let both shoulders reach down for the floor. And then very slowly, gently, allow that head to come forward. Let the chin come to the chest. Let the head rest here. And then let's take it back over, right ear to right shoulder, and come back to neutral. And then we'll go the other way, left ear to left shoulder. So be here, let that head be heavy and let that ear reach down for the shoulder and the shoulders, both shoulders reaching down for the floor. And then drop that chin to the chest, let your head be heavy again. And we'll come back, right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder, and back to neutral. Okay, let's do that again. Right ear to right shoulder. Let the head be heavy towards that shoulder and let both shoulders reach for the floor. And then very gently let the head come down. Let the head be heavy. And then let the head come up to neutral, just straight up now. Going the other way. Left ear to left shoulder. And then drop that chin down to the chest. Let the head be heavy. And then come on back up to neutral. Take a circle or 2 with those shoulders. Maybe move your feet. Check in with how the body feels. Now we're going to add on to that. We're going to extend our arms wide, about 45 degrees from the body. Again, I'll just turn to the front a little bit so you can see me better. My feet are still connected to the earth and I'm pushing into the feet to sit up a little taller. My arms are about 45 degrees from the body. So they're below that plane of the shoulder. They're down here. Palms are forward, thumbs are up. What happens now when we take right ear over to right shoulder? Yeah, just tilting the head there, letting those shoulders come down. Perhaps lifting the chin a little bit, maybe open the mouth. Close the mouth. Put the neck back in line with the spine and back to neutral. There we go. A little different sensation. Let's go the other way. Left ear down to left shoulder. Those arms are reaching away actively, so they're not just resting here, but they're very active. What happens if we tip the chin up a little bit or open our mouth? Close the mouth. Put the chin back to neutral. Bring the head back to neutral. Bring the hands back to your lap. Little different sensations in the head and neck movements we don't normally do. I know. Let's bring the hands to the lap now. Palms are down. Let's round the back, dropping the chin down. Separating those shoulder blades. And then as you inhale, come on up. Lift the sternum, lift the chin, lift the gaze. Exhale, round, coming into that cat pose. And inhale, arch the spine, coming into cow. Let's do 2 more. And then we'll come back to neutral. Pause and check in with how the body feels. How does that little bit of movement that we've done now with the spine, the head, the neck, the shoulders, how does it feel? And then we're going to make our way to standing. Once we come to standing, we clear our space and we're going to grab our towel. So I just have this folded and I'm going to take it with my palms down, my fingers forward, and just take a grip about as wide as my shoulders, so not any wider. I'm in my mountain pose. Feet are parallel. Crown of the head is reaching for the ceiling. And I'm going to take these arms up. Let's just take them to shoulder height to start. And then as we exhale, we bring them back down, maintaining that side to side tension. Let's take them up perhaps a little higher now. And as we lift, we really want to keep the ribs in, the lower ribs in. So we don't want to take it here, pushing those hips forward, pushing the rib cage forward, coming into a back bend. No. We'd like to keep all of that in. That engages the core just a little bit more. Arms come up and then back down. And we know that up can mean anything. It could be a little higher than your shoulders, or it might be biceps by the ear, but we really want to keep those lower ribs in. And you'll notice as you bring your attention there to the core, that the core is working. The belly, the abdominal muscles are working to keep you upright. Let's do 1 more like that. And then we'll release those arms. Now soften the strap. You can put it back down. Just check in. Notice that work that happened in the upper arm. And now let's come back to those shoulders. We did smaller circles before. Let's try some bigger ones. We'll start forward. So let's bring the elbow into it as well, making some circles with the shoulders. Again, remembering that nothing should hurt here, so just work within your range. And then try a few backstroke. Not something we normally do in our everyday activities. And then pause here, shake things out, maybe wiggle the hips. We'll take a slightly wider stance, so my feet are slightly wider than my hips. Slightly wider than the shoulders. We're going to soften into the knees. Hands are at the hips. And we'll just start bending one knee and then the other, making some circles with the hips. Simple circles. Nothing that's too complicated yet. And then we'll pause and go the other way. So noticing sensation in the hips, working within your range of motion. Notice what happens as one knee bends and then the other. And then pause and return to center. And maybe we'll make some figure eights now. So let's let that right hip come forward, out and back, and then the left hip. So a little bit more thought here. If you want to release those arms and just kind of let them sway along, that's fine. Or you can keep them on your hips. And then we'll pause at the center, and then we'll go the other way. So we're going to take that right hip back and out and forward. So a little bit more thought here. Again, you may release the hands if you like. Let them do whatever feels natural. Or keep them on your hips. And then pause. Shake things out. Check in with how the body feels. We're going to use our chair to help support us. And I'm probably going to move mine around a lot just to make sure you can see everything okay with the camera. But let's, if you stand right behind your chair, you can bring one hand there for your fingertip control. And we'll just take that opposite leg back. Just take it back. So here we go. This is the opposite of sitting, right? The way that this thigh bone is in relation to the torso. We're reaching back. And at the same time, we're engaging those core muscles, keeping those lower ribs in so that we have this nice tall spine, and it's just the leg that's reaching behind us. You might want to add that opposite arm reaching up. It's up to you. Take another breath here. And then float the arm down. We'll bring that leg back in. Pause and notice how that feels. And then we can do the other side. So it's going to be a different hand. I'm just going to turn around so you can see better. Different hand on the chair. I can use the wall as well. And then I take that opposite leg back. And I'm just resting on my toes. And the stretch is on the front of this hip flexor. Spine is tall. Lower ribs are pulled in. It's not a back bend, but a nice tall spine with that leg extended behind us. And I might decide to extend that opposite arm. Breathing here. And then bring the arm down, bring the leg in. Check in with how those legs feel now. Little different sensation than normal. Okay, now I'm going to bring both hands to my chair now, to the back of my chair now, and I will step back with my leg and bend the front knee. So now I'm on the back toes. My front knee is a little bit bent, and it's over, my knee is over my ankle. It's not way here, but it's here. And maybe you feel a little more intense sensation in the front of this thigh. And then I'm just going to hinge forward a little. So my front knee is bent. I'm reaching back through my heel, out through the crown of my head. The leg that's back, I might decide to reach that arm back. Palm is down, thumbs are out. Again, these lower ribs are held in. The core is very much engaged. What happens if I take that arm out to the side? Thumb is up. And then I'm going to reach that arm up. Let's take it to a cactus and lift up the upper body. Put the back heel down. Ta-da! We're in Warrior One. Breathing here. Feeling that sensation as that back heel pushes down. Crown of the head reaches up. Arms can be wherever feels great for you. All of these are options. And then we'll bring those hands, let's bring them back down to our heart center. You can bring them to the chair if you like. Step the back foot forward. Pause and check in with how that feels. And then we'll do the other side. So I'm going to turn around, but you can do the other side. We step back, put those toes down, and we bend the front knee. So we're in a little bit of a lunge here. Hands are on the chair. This is where we're feeling that sensation perhaps. And then we'll reach that arm back, same arm as leg. We'll reach back. Let's see, palms forward, thumbs up. Notice how this feels. We hinge forward a little bit so that we're reaching back through the heel, reaching out through the crown of the head. If you're feeling strong with balance, you can release both arms so that they're in line. And then we'll take the arm out. Palm forward, thumb is up. And then we'll bend the elbows, take it to a cactus arm. Put your back heel down, Warrior One. Find where your arms are for your Warrior One. make a decision where you want them to be. We're still keeping those lower ribs in. We're not arching the back, but we're keeping this nice tall spine. We'll bring the hands back to heart or back to the chair. We'll step the back foot forward. We'll pause and check in. Notice how we feel. Make a circle or two with the shoulders. And then we're going to grab our strap again, our towel, our prop. We'll call it our prop. And for this balance sequence here today, it might be best to use the wall if you need a prop rather than the chair. Let's grab our strap as we did before. So we've got this side to side tension. My palms are down. Okay. And I'm just going to inhale. Let's take it up to shoulder height. See how that feels. And as we exhale, we're going to bring it right back down. I've got both feet on the floor. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. I lift up my arms and I'm not arching my back. I'm keeping those core muscles engaged. Take it back down. Now, can we go higher than shoulder height? So find out where your range is. And maybe, let's see if I can do this. If I grab it on the bias, I can take it to like a cactus arm and lift it a little higher, if you want to. Okay, so there you go. Now, come back to stillness, maintain the tension. Take it up to shoulder height. Let's shift the weight into our right leg, bend the left knee and lift it up. Foot is flexed and active. And then lower that foot back to the floor. Let me turn to the side so you can see. Same foot, I'm lifting it up and I'm going to lower it down. We'll do one more. So if my back is to the floor, or to the wall, and I feel like I'm going to fall, boom, the wall has me. And put it down. Okay, release the arms, shake things out, check in with how you feel. It's getting exciting. Okay, we're going to take the arms up, above the shoulder, whatever that means. As we exhale, we're going to bring the arms down to shoulder height, lift up that leg. Yep. Put the leg down, lift the arms up. Try it again. Knee lifts, arms lower. Yes. Inhale. And exhale. We're still working with that same leg. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the knee up. Stay here now. Can you lift the arms? Whatever up is fine. All of these are choices. We'll lower the arms to shoulder height. We'll put the foot down. We'll lower the arms all the way. Shake it out. Know that the wall is there to support you. If you need it, just rest on the wall. That's terrific. So we got to do the other side. Let's take the arms up to shoulder height. We're going to shift the weight now into the left leg, lift the right knee. Just feel what it feels like. And then bring it down. So think about that. This is the inhale with both feet on the floor. As we exhale, we're going to lift that knee up. Let me turn to the side so you can see. Everything's active here. And my lower ribs are in. My core muscles are working. Let's do it again. We'll do one last one, just the leg. And then put it down. Okay, now we're going to add in the arms. Know that you can use the wall for support. So let's inhale, take the arms up. As we exhale, we're going to bend the knee, bring the arms back down to shoulder height. Try it again. Now the next time that we lift up that knee, we're going to stay here with the knee lifted. And we're going to reach those arms up. It might be that the arms are just in front of your eyes or your nose, or it might be that they're all the way overhead, or they could be bent. We find what's appropriate for us today. Now, we'll lower the arms to shoulder height. We'll put the foot down, and we'll soften and release those arms. Shake things out, wiggle, jiggle. Check in with how the body feels. Still holding on to this. We're going to bring it behind our back now. So behind our back with our palms forward, thumbs out. Palms forward, thumbs out. And I have it, I'm grabbing it on the diagonal, on the bias, so that I have a little more space here. But you might want to bring your hands a little closer together. So what we're doing right now is we're going to bring those shoulder blades together and down. And then just reach those arms behind us. Same thing with the belly though. We're not here. We're going to lift the arms up only, keeping the rib cage in. Just bringing those shoulder blades together and down. Very softly extending those arms. You might be extending them an inch. That might be all the movement is. It might be a fraction of an inch. It's all good. Now, the next time that the arms are extended, just think about where those shoulder blades are. Bring them together, down. Crown of the head reaches for the ceiling. Core muscles are engaged. We'll stay for one more breath. And then we'll release. Just a reminder of that good posture for that upper carriage. Okay, let's make our way back to the chair. So I made my way back to my chair. I've cleaned my workspace. I've put my towel off to the side. I have this block here ready for me so that I can put my feet on it, connect to the earth, and slide back into my chair. I'm going to let my palms rest up on my lap, shoulders down from the ears, spine is long. And your invitation again is to soften or close your eyes. And just think in your head about where you are in relation to everything in that room where you are practicing yoga. And then notice how the body feels now. How does it feel now compared to when we started this practice? Have we been able to make some movements that are a little different than our everyday movements? And then let's check in with the mind. What kind of animal is it right now? It could be the same. It could be different. Just notice. And then return to your breath. Notice that slow and even breath entering and leaving your body. We'll stack the palms at heart center. Tuck the chin a little bit and recall that intention that you set at the beginning of our class. And then we'll gently open the eyes if they're closed. We'll bring the palms together at heart center now, crown of the head reaching for the ceiling. The thumbs touch the sternum and the sternum lifts up for those thumbs. And thank yourself for taking time to practice yoga today. It makes a difference in your life. And thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. It is an honor to be here and to share these yoga videos with you. Thank you, my friends. Stay well.